Right, good morning. So as I say, maybe I think we'll skip the next two Saturdays, Christmas around about Christmas and New Year, and then we'll resume on the 9th of Jan. I'll send out uh, an email on the group listing to that effect. And today, um, maybe we'll work into um, half moon poses, Ardha Chandrasana. And so if you have a block handy, that would be useful, or a book or something, like a old dictionary. Half moon and revolved half moon, we haven't done that for a while, but they're challenging standing poses. So first of all, just find a comfortable seated position. Okay, something I should tell you. So, for months, my daughter's been trying to persuade her mom and dad, me and my wife, to get her a pet. So all sorts of pets, cats, dogs, whatever. We thought about guinea pigs. Anyway, we ended up getting her a bunny rabbit, and it's a 3-year-old bunny called Droodle. Strange name, but Droodle. And it's a softie, likes to be petted. We got it last week, and so far it's fitting in quite well. Anyway, the reason I'm telling you this is we're going to do bunny breath. So which is basically it's like you inhale and then you're doing like little sniffs. So little sniffs in. So whenever you're ready, let's do some bunny breaths. So maybe about 3 or 4, and then just an exhale. So we're doing like little sharp inhales and then an exhale. Couple more. And then regular breathing. So there's lots, if you're ever doing yoga with kids, there's lots of breathing techniques you can do with the kids that are sort of based on animal breathing. There's the lion breath, there's bear breathing, there's snake, there's bunny breath, there's like a humming, which is like a bee. Maybe we'll do a few of those. But if you've got any young kids or young grandchildren, try a few of those. What they really like is lion breath. So this is lion breath. You inhale through the nose, and as you exhale through the mouth, you're sticking your tongue out. Inhale. And you're trying to make the sound of a lion. I know it's crazy, but kids love to do that. Inhale. One more. Inhale. And then regular breathing. Work on the shoulders a little bit. Bring one shoulder forward, up, back and down. So just rotating that shoulder, trying to loosen up there a little bit. And then work on the other shoulder. In addition to all that, there's breathing techniques like animals. There's lots of other pranayama. We do alternate nostril breathing from time to time, fire breath, Kapalabhati, and there's others, more breath retention poses, breathing techniques. Once you've loosened up, just become nice and still, get tall. Let's stretch the neck out, bring the right ear to the right shoulder, feeling the stretch on the left side of the neck. Just hold that for about 3 or 4 breaths. Inhale the head up, exhale over to the other side. Inhale back to neutral. Exhale, looking over the right shoulder. So what happens with twists, it's like when we're looking to the side, the movement tends to follow the eyes. So as you turn the eyes behind you, the head should follow. You can get a little deeper into that twist. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, we're turning the head in the other direction. Inhale, back to center. Same when you're twisting the whole body, but you know, we haven't warmed up much, so just make this gentle. So placing the right hand onto the left leg, other hand behind you. Inhale, get tall. Exhale into just an easy twist. Inhale, back to center. Exhale as we twist in the other direction. Inhale, back to center. Side stretch, placing the left hand over to the side, at least a couple of feet away from you. Hand is solidly on the ground. You push in the ground, so you don't want to lean over like this. You're trying to keep the hips even. As you inhale the other arm up, you're reaching up towards the ceiling, and then you take the stretch. And we take about maybe 3 or 4 breaths on this one. Inhale, we come up, and exhale over to the other side. Inhale, come up, interlace the fingers, interlace them the other way, which is weird, but it works. Push the palms forward, shoulders back. And this is going to be a nice stretch for the arms and the hands and the fingers. We start bringing the arms up to the ceiling. Just take them as far as feels good. Try and pull the shoulder blades down. Eventually trying to frame the head with the arms. We then interlace behind the back. Pull the shoulders down, shoulder blades in. And as you hinge forward, you're going to start bringing the arms up towards the ceiling. Looking towards the belly button. Inhale, come back up. Extend the arms over to the sides, parallel to the ground. Bring the right arm under the left arm, eagle arms, hands parallel. Could be the back of the hands like this, or you can get the palms together. If the palms are together, don't let the hands scrunch. See if you can touch the nose with the thumb. And then start bringing the arms up, trying to get the upper arms parallel to the ground. Good stretch between the shoulder blades on this one. And we slowly bring the arms down and extend them out to the side again. We bring the left arm under the right arm, hands parallel, touch the nose, and start bringing the arms up. And then we come down. And we just work on the shoulders a little bit more. Okay, let's come onto our hands and knees. Cat-cow. Inhale, belly down, head up. Exhale, rounding the back, tucking the chin. Inhaling into cow. Exhaling into cat. Take your time. Long, slow, deep breaths. The movement starting from the base of the spine, working its way up into the neck. Come into neutral, back stabilization. We're going to hold this for a little bit longer than usual. So we're going to bring the right leg up, trying to keep the hips equidistant to the ground. Try not to sink between the shoulder blades. And you're working the glutes, you're working the lower back muscles, core engaged, you're breathing. And then if you want a little bit more challenge, opposite arm comes up. Trying to keep nice and still. You're starting to feel those glutes working. We keep the leg up, we bring the hand down. Hold. And then we switch. We held that a little bit longer than usual. So if you hold something a little bit longer, you can start to feel that you're having to work a little bit harder to hold the position. Again, lifting up that area between the shoulder blades, looking directly between the hands, keeping the neck nicely lined up with the spine, and whenever you're ready and if you want, opposite arm comes up, thumb pointing up towards the ceiling. It's like you're hitchhiking a ride. Breathe, don't hold the breath. Leg stays up, hand comes down, hold, a few more breaths. And then knee down, and we come into child's pose. Toes together, knees apart, head is rested. Sphinx. So we're on our forearms, elbows are under the shoulders. Tuck the toes. Make fists with the hands. Forearm plank. We're lifting the hips up, not too high, not too low. Again, try not to sink between the shoulder blades. Bring the big toes closer to each other. And maybe bring one leg up. Doesn't have to go up too far. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We switch legs. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We come all the way down. We walk the knees underneath the hips. Keep the forearms parallel, palms down, or you can have the palms together. Make sure the elbows are no wider than the shoulders. We're going to go into dolphin. We tuck the toes, we lift the hips up. Keep the toes exactly where they are on the mat, but start trying to get those hips back. Looking towards the feet, so we're pushing, the head should be off the ground. So you're pushing into the ground to keep the head off the ground. And then you're trying to push the ground, the mat away from you, trying to get more of a straight line, elbows through the shoulders to the hips. I usually keep the knees bent in dolphin. I find it, if with the knees bent, it's easier to keep the back neutral. Breathe. We bring the knees down. We bring the hands underneath the shoulders, and we come into downward facing dog. Like dolphin, except we're on the hands. Again, straight line, this time wrists through shoulders to the hips. Again, knees are bent if you need to get the back neutral, but eventually legs are going to be straight, heels are going to be on the ground. But work on the back first. Feet a little bit closer to each other. Inhale as the right leg comes up, extending down dog. Exhale, try and touch the right elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee towards the chin. Inhale, extend. Switch legs. Inhaling as the other leg comes up, extended down dog other side. Exhale, left elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to chin. Inhale, extend. Top foot joins the bottom foot. Bring the heels over the toes. Stretch the toes out. Knees can be bent, but just get stretching those toes out. Bring the knees down. Top of the feet down to the ground. Sit on the heels, hands behind you, fingers lined up with the toes. Chin tuck, open the chest. Breathe. Lifting those hips up if you want. Elbows slightly bent. Nice back bend. And then we come out back into down dog. Walk forward. Inhale halfway up. Exhale as you fold forward, head relaxed. Bend the knees. Inhale coming all the way up. Exhale, mountain pose. So the sun's starting to come through. It's going to mess up the video, but never mind. As I say, I'm going to try and get a covering in future and get the light more consistent. Inhale, sweeping those arms up. Exhale as we fold forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we fold forward again. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, mountain. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, hinging forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale as you fold forward. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, mountain. Couple more. Inhale, really reach up. Get that length. Exhale as we fold forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we fold forward again. Inhale, breath core brings us up. Exhale, mountain. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, all the way up. Interlace the fingers, keep the fingers interlaced. Get tall, take a side stretch, leaning over to one side. Place, so if you're leaning over to the right, place that right foot in front of the left foot, over to the side. If you're leaning over to the left, it's the other way. Getting a little bit more of a side stretch, and you might find you stretching out the IT band of that back leg. Inhale up, we switch legs, crossing the legs, so you're getting more of a stretch in that one leg as you lean over to the other side. And inhale, come back up. Come to the front of the mat. Inhale into chair. We're bending the knees, we're inhaling the arms up. We exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands, plank. Knees down, chin chest forward and down. Inhale into cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Toes a little bit closer to each other. Pedal the legs, walk the dog. Little bit of extra stretching to the calf muscles. Take it easy. It's a nice slow walk. And then we look forward, we walk forward between the hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, folding forward. Knees bent. We inhale into chair. Exhale, mountain. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands. We're back in plank. Chaturanga or knees, chin, chest to ground. Inhaling into cobra or up dog. Looking up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Extended down dog. Hip opener. Try and stack the right hip over the left hip, bending that top knee. Other leg, left leg comes up. We stack the hips, bending that knee. Top foot joins the bottom foot. We look forward, walk forward between the hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, folding forward, knees stay bent. We're back in chair, and then we come into mountain. Inhale, chair. Exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands, plank. Chaturanga, inhaling to up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So let's try this. Walk the feet in a little bit closer towards the hands. And then what you might find is if you do that, it's might be a little bit easier to get the heels down, but what I want you to do, that's just an FYI, what we're going to try and do here is to reach towards the left foot with the right hand, and you're trying to grab the outside of that ankle, that left ankle, and you're just going to pull. And then we reach to the right foot with the left hand. Outside of the ankle, pull. Bring that hand forward, look forward, walk forward between the hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, folding forward, knees bent. We're back in chair, and then we come all the way up. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale as we fold forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, plank. Chaturanga, whole body comes forward. We try and get the elbows to 90. Inhaling into up dog, engaging the core, looking up. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the right leg up to the ceiling, extended down dog. Exhale, we sweep that foot through, and we come into warrior one. Take a breath or two. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. And then we flow to the other side. Plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, we sweep that foot through. Warrior one, other side. Same warrior one. I switch, you don't. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, back into plank. Chaturanga, inhaling into up dog. Exhale, down dog. Hold down dog, 3 or 4 breaths. Child's pose if you prefer. Or you could even do an extra vinyasa, which is plank, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Everyone end up in down dog. Look forward, walk forward between the hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, folding forward, knees bent. We're back in chair, and then we come into mountain. Okay, same flow, but we're going to add half moon, revolved half moon. And if you have a block handy towards the front of the mat. We'll come into chair at the front of the mat. Inhaling as the arms come up. Exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands. We walk into plank. Chaturanga, elbows in. Up dog, down dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, we sweep that foot through. Inhaling warrior one. Breath or two. Exhale, warrior two. Now most of you know half moon. The block is optional. If you don't have a block, don't worry. But usually I'll put the block to make it easy. The block is its full height. It's in front of that right foot. It's slightly to the outside of that right foot. What I do is I'll do a reverse warrior. Now the idea is, the reason I do a reverse warrior is when I come out, I've got a little bit of momentum to get into half moon. So I'll swing that arm, I'll bring it onto the block. We're trying to get that rectangle between the standing leg, the lower arm, the ribs and the floor. Straight line from that top hand to that bottom hand, straight line from that top foot all the way through to the shoulder. Don't let the head drop. You're breathing. This is a challenging pose. We come back into warrior two. If you struggle with this pose, what you could do warrior two against a wall, facing the wall. Then you do half moon with the block, and you've got your foot and your hand against the wall, so you've got that support. It's good to practice that way if this pose is a bit of a struggle. The revolved version, again I'll do reverse warrior, and then I'll sweep that back hand. The block is still in front, but I bring it to the inside of the foot, and then I try and revolve, so taking the twist. Again, we've got that rectangle, arm, leg, ribs and the floor. Challenging pose. Back into warrior two. Reverse warrior. And then we come into plank. Chaturanga, inhaling into up dog, exhale down dog. Inhale the left leg up, exhale we sweep that foot through. We're in warrior one. Exhale warrior two. Inhale reverse warrior, and then half moon. We're reaching for the block, we position the block in front. Maybe a foot or so. We bring that right leg up, right arm up. Think straight lines. Flex that top foot. Breathe. We come back into warrior two. Reverse warrior, and then the revolved version. We sweep that back hand. So if you haven't got the block, you can just be on your fingertips, do the best you can. If you have the block is inside the foot, and then we open up as best we can. Challenging pose. The balance is a challenge, trying to keep straight lines, you're adding a little bit of a twist, you're breathing, and we come out. Make sure you're breathing. Warrior two, reverse warrior, and we come into plank. Chaturanga, inhaling into up dog, exhale down dog, knees down, child's pose. So as I say, if that is a struggle, which it is for a lot of us, you lose your balance. Just try practicing against the wall. Your body will learn. So if you practice against the wall and you get the hang of it, your body will learn, and then it'll be easier to do it in the center of the room. Come back onto your hands and knees. Downward facing dog. Look forward, walk forward between the hands. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, folding forward. Come back into chair. Stay in chair. Let's do a chair twist. Bring the right arm onto the outer of the left leg. Palms together. Let's transition into crescent twist. Take that right leg back. Pushing that lower arm into the leg, left elbow towards the ceiling. If you want, you can lower that back knee. We come back into plank. Chaturanga, inhaling to up dog, exhale down dog. Look forward, walk forward between the hands. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, folding forward. Knees stay bent. We're back in chair. We twist in the other direction. Left arm onto the right leg. Palms together. Right elbow towards the ceiling. And then crescent. Left leg back. Take the twist. Bottom knee can be down. But don't take it down too quick. Didn't mean to take it down that quick. Bottom knee can be down or up. You're breathing. We come back into plank. Chaturanga, up dog, downward facing dog. Hold here, breath or two. Hands pushed into the ground, armpits pushed towards the ground, looking towards the legs, even towards the belly button. Get that length in the arms. Can you keep the back neutral? Maybe eventually straighten the legs, heels down. Breathe. And then we walk forward. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, folding forward, knees bent. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, mountain. Okay, good job. So the sun is behind. Oh well, nice to have the sun. But anyway, you can see me as a silhouette, so maybe that's an advantage. Let's do tree pose. So we're going to bounce on the left foot. Right foot is inside the leg. You stand back a little bit. And the foot is inside the leg, so we're getting an opening of the hips. The foot is either below the knee or above the knee. You guys know this, but it doesn't hurt to repeat it. And then we bring the palms together, palms to chest. Relax the shoulders. Engage those quads of that standing leg. Bring the arms up whenever you're ready. Breathe. Now in tree, what we can do is take a little bit of a side stretch. So let's try that. So if your right foot is the high foot, right hand to the right knee, and we just lean over a little bit, getting a bit of a side stretch while we're in tree pose. We come back to regular tree, and then both legs down, and we shake the legs out. Other side, we're on the right foot. Left foot is inside the leg, below or above the knee. Opening that left hip. Palms together, palms to chest. Gauging the quads. Arms up whenever you're ready. I'm keeping my arms parallel. Some people like to bring their hands together or fingertips together, which is fine. Nice hip opener. We're strengthening that standing leg. You're having to focus, concentrate just to keep your balance. Little bit of a side stretch. Left hand to that left knee if you're standing on the right leg. And we start gently leaning over. Take your time. Getting a side stretch here. And then we slowly come back up and release, shake everything out. So we've done eagle arms, we've done lots of chair, so Garudasana, eagle pose. Knees bent, back into chair. Extend the arms over to the side, bring the right arm over under the left arm, right under left, hands parallel. And then right leg on top. So if the right arm is underneath the left, you bring the right leg on top of the left leg. You squeeze those legs together and you try and hook that foot. Once you've hooked the foot, you then focus on just centering the arms, leaning back slightly, maybe bend that standing knee a little bit more and bringing the arms up. And then we come out. I think that eagle pose is a challenging pose. Hip work, shoulder work, balance is a challenge. Lots of things going on. Other side. Chair, arms extended to the side, left arm under right arm. And it also shows any imbalances, because sometimes one side is easier than the other side. This is a little bit more challenging side for me. So I've got my left arm under my right arm, which means the left leg comes on top. I squeeze those legs together, and then I'm trying to hook that foot. And this is a little bit more of a struggle for me, trying to hook that foot. There it goes. And then I'm centering, I'm going a little deeper, I'm leaning back slightly and breathing. And then we slowly come out and we shake everything out. Interlace the hands, the fingers behind you. Open the chest, start hinging forward. And then we slowly come up. Yeah, the sun is so bright. Next time, maybe if I have a sheet here or something, it'll make a difference to the video. Let's work our way into Pigeon. I think we'll work our way into Pigeon, do a little bit more hip opening, do a pigeon twist. I'm just going to move the mat around. So we come to the front of the mat. We're in chair again, so we're bending the knees, feet parallel. Synchronize the breath, inhale. Exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands, we're in plank. Chaturanga, inhaling into up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the right leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, we're bringing that knee forward. And just, take care of the knee, make sure the knee's happy. The knees out slightly outside the hips or more inside if it's more comfortable for you. So I'm tucking the toes of my back foot and I'm grabbing the mat. I'm trying to pull that leg back. That gives me a little bit of an extra stretch, so I'm just finding the stretch that's just right for me. This hip, my right hip is pretty close to the ground. Sometimes, if your hips are not open, there's a gap there, which is fine. Important thing is to keep the hips nice and even, so the spine is in a nice straight line. You don't want to be leaning over like this. That kinks the spine. Or like this. You don't want to do that. Try and keep a nice straight line. And then, so this is raised pigeon. You get a bit of a back bend. Extended pigeon. You're slowly coming down, supporting the head. And we just relax here for a few breaths. You can hold pigeon for a while. It should feel good. It's, as long as all the joints are happy, you're not stretching out too much, you just sink into it, you let gravity do the work for you. It's variations which we do from time to time. The first one we're going to try is we come back up into raised pigeon and we're going to reach for that back foot. Now I'm going to take hold of the inside of the foot and pull the foot in a bit closer, getting more of a quad stretch. So you can probably see my foot to the side there. There we go. I'm getting the foot in pretty close. And it's stretching out the front of that back leg. The quads, the psoas. It's a good stretch. Next, another variation. Holding onto the inside of the foot, but this time with the other hand. But instead of pulling the foot in, the foot is doing the work. The leg's doing the work, trying to pull away from me. And it gets you into a little bit of a twist. And we slowly release. A deeper twist while we're in pigeon, just like the chair twist, similar in that we bring that left arm onto the right leg, palms together, push the palms together, elbow up towards the ceiling. Sometimes the balance is a bit of a challenge here. Do what you can. And then we come back into raised pigeon. The best part, tuck the toes of the back foot. Best part is coming out of pigeon, walking the dog. And then other side, we bring the left leg up. We're bringing that left knee towards the left wrist. Take your time. Respect to that knee. And the knee can be more centered if it's too much of a groin stretch. Tucking the toes of the back foot. Try and walk that foot back a little bit if it feels good. You can get a little deeper. A little bit of a back bend in raised pigeon. And then the next thing what I do is that back foot, I'll bring the top of the foot onto the mat. And you want to try and keep that foot nicely lined up with the leg, so don't let the foot slip over to one side or the other side. Extended pigeon, we're coming down, supporting the head, and we'll hang out here. I could easily stay in this pose longer, so I find it very comfortable. Just a nice stretch around the outside of my left hip and the inside of that back leg. Okay, next we're back in raised pigeon, and we reach for that right foot with the right hand. I take the inside of the foot, I'm pulling that foot in, getting more of a quad stretch. You breathing, don't hold the breath. And then we slowly release. And we take hold of the foot with the other hand. But this time, the foot is pushing into the hand. You're getting a little bit of a twist. That back leg is working a lot, so you're pushing into the hand as much as you can. And we release. And then a deeper twist. Right arm onto that left leg. Take your time, keep your balance. Palms together, elbow up towards the ceiling. And we come out. And I should have said before we did pigeon, but most of you guys will know this, is if this version of pigeon isn't good for you, you can do the reclined pigeon. Tuck the toes of the back foot, downward facing dog, walk the dog. And then we come forward. Just sit on the heels a minute. Just work on the shoulders a little bit. Interlace the fingers again. Open the chest. Shoulders down, shoulder blades together. Hinge forward. Start bringing the arms up towards the ceiling. Slowly come back up. Bring the hands onto the floor, fingers pointing towards the front of the mat, fingers in line with the toes. Chin tucked, open the chest. Lift those hips up. Head back carefully, breathe. Slowly come back up. Let's come onto our backs. Pull the knees in nice and close. Happy baby. Holding onto the feet. A lot of arm strength. You're pulling the legs towards the ground. Trying to get the tailbone nice and low. We hold onto the big toes. And we see if we can get the legs into a V position, or at least approaching that. Again, tailbone down, shoulders pulled away from the ears. You're trying to push the heels out. And this is going to give you a stretch probably down the inside of the legs. We bend the knees, we take hold of the back of the legs, we rock ourselves into boat, Navasana, trying to balance on the sit bones, arms either side of the legs, and legs can come up whenever you're ready. So I'm trying to, what happens when I'm in this pose, my knees start to point outwards, so I'm trying to bring the knees more closer so they point more towards the ceiling. And that works my legs, seem to work my legs more, and the toes are pointing up. I'm trying to get the back as neutral as I can. I'm trying to soften the shoulders. I'm breathing. And then we lower, not all the way, so the feet are off the ground. Hands behind the head, hands are supporting the head. You're pushing the lower back into the ground. So that lower back vertebrae pushed into the ground. Abs of steel for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we slowly lower all the way down. Take a big inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Full body stretch. Bring the arms over the head, getting length, and then a side stretch into that banana shape. And then we stretch out the other side. And then we recenter. Let's come into Supta Baddha Konasana. So you're bringing the soles of the feet together, butterfly pose. Hands resting on the belly, the ground, or you can gently rest the hands on the legs, encouraging the legs down. This should be comfortable. If it bothers the hips, you can support the hips with blocks or books, or just come straight into Shavasana if it's too much on the hips. But you're going to get a nice gentle hip opening in this pose. Eyes closed, just relax. And then keep the knees bent, but bring the feet onto the mats. Feet wider than hips. And we're just going to take the knees over from side to side, just like windshield wipers. Try and move slowly with the breath. Inhale as the knees come up. Exhale as they go down. And then Shavasana, extending the legs. So I've probably got about 3 feet between the feet. My feet spread apart, feet out to the side. Arms pretty wide, palms up. You want to keep length in the neck, so if you need to, you could bring the head up, tuck the chin, reposition the head on the ground. And just totally relax. Maybe moisten the lips with the tongue. Breathing is regular. And just check out the body working from the feet. Make sure you're not holding tension anywhere. Just letting the whole body get heavy. Some people love Shavasana. They say this is the best pose of the practice. It's letting you become totally still and relaxed. Some people, if their minds are racing, they just can't settle. And they just can't stay in Shavasana. Those are the people that really need it. But those are the sort of people that might sort of leave a class early. A lot of teachers will say, don't walk out of a class during Shavasana. If you're going to walk out of the class early, do it before Shavasana or right at the end. Shavasana pose helps you assimilate the practice that you just had. It calms the mind, brings down the stress level. It's almost like becoming one with the earth. Walk the feet in. If you want to stay longer in Shavasana, go for it. Otherwise, walk the feet in. Keeping the eyes closed, roll over to the side. Again, with the eyes closed, come up into a seated position. Inhale as you sweep the arms up to the ceiling. Exhale as you bring the arms down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep the palms together, palms to chest. We'll take 3 Ohms. Inhale. Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone. So I'll see you in the new year. So enjoy Christmas as best you can and the new year celebrations. And I'll probably be back on the 9th of Jan. Take care.